Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kennedy Sankara. I am the National Youth Leader, Operation Linda Jamii, or supposedly you can call me the National Opposition Youth Leader, because I'm the only person who speaks for the youths, genuinely. Allow me say something on things that have been trending currently. Let me start with the most disturbing issue, that is the high cost of living, the unbearable high cost of living. You know, the moment the government shot the VAT from 8 to 16%, that was the beginning of our end. We've seen, the moment cost of fuel goes up, everything will definitely have to go up. As an economist, I will speak from the perspective of production, processing, and consumption. This chain is quite intertwined, and each in one of the vital processes leads to the downfall of the entire project. So this unbearable cost of living is actually a problem to most of the young men and women in this country. It has degenerated all the way to the social morals in the society. A lot of our men and young women undergo various filthy social situations that undergrade or reduces their dignity. And this has a long way in the country we are looking up to having, because vijana ndio wenye taifa. So as the youths, if the youths are messed up, the entire country is messed up. We have also seen a reckless government. In a civilized society where the rule of law is what it ought to be, people like Moses Kuria would have resigned by yesterday. I wake up and I find the news that Moses Kuria has resigned. It is unethical, unconstitutional, inhuman, and ungodly for Moses Kuria to speak of the long list of things that kill people in this country. And he would go ahead and say, we can add GMO to the list. We are not that specimens. Everyone is striving to live. So when you tell me a young person looking forward to having a bright future in a progressive and productive, wealthy country full of brains like Kenya, that a lot of things can kill me, and if I take GMO, I can also die. This has something to do with IMF. Just as I have been saying, the IMF and the World Bank are international financial schemes that were designed specifically to strangle, stagnate, and ensure that African economies, or the economies of developing countries, remain stagnated forever. This has been achieved through this certified seed policy. The IMF will demand, and as they did in Ghana, in Sierra Leone, and in Zambia, that for you to get a loan, you must produce certified seeds. This certified seeds requires fertilizer input. The fertilizer input, from the agricultural perspective, different types of fertilizers have got different side effects, stretching all the way to scorching, where the land becomes economically unproductive. When you use more fertilizer frequently, there will come a time that without the fertilizer, nothing can happen on that land. That contravenes the African concept of organic production, because food sustainability can only be achieved when subsistence organic farming is the way to go. These old school seeds that our grandparents consumed, the GMO certification rule has really fought and did them a blow to ensure that they go extinct. In whose advantage do we do that? We've also seen the IMF involving itself in the structural readjustment of government operations, stretching all the way from the universities. I'm happy to be speaking from the University of Nairobi.
Sure.
And here, my comrade here will tell you what the hell on earth the students are going through in this country. So that structural readjustment, all these are policies that have been formulated and enforced through proxies of IMF, whom we gave power to rule us. I do tell the president and his people that you are not bosses, Bwana. The sovereign power belongs to the people of Kenya. That is pursuant to provisions of Article 11 of the 2010 Constitution, that the power belongs to the people. They can choose to exercise it directly or indirectly. We do so by electing them. That is delegated power. And the government has also disrespected that delegated power. The moment you see MPs are being summoning, MPs and senators are summoning the cabinet ministers and they dodge the meetings, it is not the cabinet, it's not the Senate or the parliament they are dodging the people. Because if we call them for a meeting with us as the people, we will cane them. You will be answering a question with a stroke on your back. But now we are a civilized society where we delegated power to the MPs to do that on our behalf. The moment a minister is called to answer to pertinent issues in the public domain, it is imperative that they show up. What the CS Energy, the CS, how do we call him? This one holding illegal office, the Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, that office is unconstitutional. We don't have it anywhere in the 2010 Constitution.
Yes.
We also have the CS Treasury, Njuguna Ndungu. It was very illegal for them to snob a cabinet session, a parliament session, where they ought to have responded to very important questions. We've seen the importation of this substandard edible oil. Why should you import a substandard product if importation is something to go by? You know, African economy have been remodeled by the world economic architecture to ensure that we depend on a consumer economy. A consumer economy is where production is equally fought and ensured that it falls. Then we embark on a serious import economy. Import economy, the moment we import, we pay in dollars. The moment we pay in dollars, the dollar price goes up. The higher the dollar, the lower the shilling, the poorer the economy.
Sure.
All these things are, you know, people like David Ndii are people who sat in classes with great men and women of this nation or this world. It is imperative that they advise the president in the right direction. You must not tell the president that if we privatize monumental buildings like KICC in the name of state parastatals, then we are going to get money. The concept of privatization has been evolving all the way from the 80s. It is important that we get to know under what circumstances are we going to privatize? What is it that is informing the privatization? What is the objective? We have three categorical things that informs privatization: structural improvement, economic efficiency through revenue boost, revenue collection boost. We have no substantive report that shows that KICC has been making a net trend profit loss. We've not had figures because economy is about figures. So we ought to have been told that KICC has been making these losses. Now we need to readjust so that we have this done in this particular way. But that has not been achieved. So to privatize monumental buildings like KICC, I do say daily that when President Ruto first came to Nairobi,